feel like I'm finally ready to talk about what happened to me.
Mouth is gold. Shorty says she like my teeth, okay, forever, ever. You would never tell a lie, bitch, forever, ever. I'm getting to this ride.
What's up, face fam? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. How you doing? How you been? So today's video is like a get ready with me to go nowhere because, you know, coronavirus. Yeah, it's that, and it's also a story time because I feel like I'm finally ready to talk about what happened to me. So yeah, just keep watching if you want to see that. Oh boy. Peep the shirt, it's Vegeta, and then Goku at the bottom. It's cute, I know. What am I looking for? Looking for primer, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna start with this orange color corrector. But anyway, so basically is something happened to me last year that I guess I kind of kept a secret. I mean, not really, like it's my business. I didn't have to tell nobody, but I mainly kept it a secret because I just felt so stupid. And it's crazy, like when I tell y'all what happened, oh my gosh, I'm gonna let y'all know right now that multiple times during this story you're going to say, bro, this girl dumb as hell. So I'm just letting y'all know in advance that y'all are definitely gonna say that a few times, because even while the situation was happening, I was calling myself dumb nonstop. I didn't even want to think about the situation because of how stupid I felt. I might as well start at the beginning, right? So I used to work at a school. I mean, I work at a school now, but I used to work at a different school. And I was there for like 3 years. Moral of the story, I basically got my job taken by someone else who used to work there and needed a job for the summer, and they gave that person the job instead of me, the person who had been there for 3 years. So, and they had been doing stuff to me like that whole year in general. So that was like my final straw. I was like, okay, y'all basically saying F me, so I'm gonna say F y'all right back. And maybe like a week into summer, like their summer program, I left. In my head, I'm like, yeah, this is a great idea. I'll be able to get a job super easily. It was not easy to get a job because, one, I don't have experience working because I never was a working type of person. Like how some people that was my age at that point, they had like 6, 7, 10, 11 jobs. Like that was never me. After that, I was on like all those different job sites that are clearly scams. Like when somebody messages you, you're like, oh, this is the scam, I'm not gonna respond to that. But it had been like a month and I was used to having a job. Like I had a job for 3 straight years. I was used to having a job. So at that point, I was desperate. I was like, you know what?
Maybe this one won't be a scam.
I'm not sure what made me start to have that mindset that maybe this one won't be a scam when it was clear as day that they were all scams. Like when they message you, oh yeah, this job pays this, like $23 an hour, and this is the entry fee. I mean, this is the entry pay and all of this other stuff. You're just like, okay, this is clearly fake. Like, I'm not stupid.
No, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
This one company reached out to me, whatever, and I was like at my wit's end with not having a job. And I was like, in my head, like in the back of my mind, I was thinking like, Unique, this is not real. What are you doing? Like, you need to stop. This is not real. Like, they're about to scam you. You're about to get scammed. Oh, I was definitely telling myself this whole time, like,
Unique, this is fake. You're being dumb. Don't fall for this. This is fake.
But then the other half of me was like,
Unique, you need a job. Like, You can't just be sitting around doing nothing. You need a job.
It was your basic, well, first, actually, they had, like, a fake job interview where they sent me all these questions. And, like, in the back of my mind, I knew it was bullshit, so I wasn't answering the questions for real. Like, that right there should have told me, like, you don't even feel the need to answer these questions for real. So what the are you doing? They asked me all these questions, and I answered them, and they're like, great, let me discuss this with my boss and see what they think. And then the next day they're like, okay, you're hired. And I'm just going along with it. I'm like,
Oh, well, great, thanks.
but at the same time, I'm like, this is not real, Unique. What are you doing? They was like, okay, so it was like supposed to be a data entry job or whatever. Like, yeah, we're gonna supply you with all the materials you need. We're gonna send you a laptop, and then you're gonna have to download this and this in order for it to work. And I'm just like,
Oh, okay, sure.
I told y'all was gonna say this multiple times during this video. Unique, you are stupid, because trust me, I know. And they're like, well, first we're gonna send you a check, and then you have to put it in your bank account and then send it back to us, and then we're gonna get you your stuff. And I was just like, bruh, this is not real. What am I doing? Like, I swear, I promise y'all, like, okay, like, granted, I was being dumb because I did it. But at the same time, in my head, I'm thinking, this is not real. Like, what am I doing? They sent me this check, and there was like 4,000 something or 3,000 something. I don't remember. But at the time, I only had like 4K saved up because, like I said, I had a online shopping problem and I was spending way too much money all the time. There was an app that they said that was the only way they could contact me through, right? And I'm just like, bruh, this is sketchy. This is a scam. What are you doing? But I downloaded this stupid app, and this is what we was talking to each other on. They kept messaging me like, hey, when are you gonna do it? We're waiting for you, like all this other stuff. And I'm just like, why these being so pushy, bro? Like, can y'all chill? So that's another reason, like, in my head, I was like, bro, this is a scam. What are you doing? Like, for real. Like, for real. What are you doing? Like, you really finna be this dumb right now? But yes, I was still going along with it. I was still being an idiot. I went to the bank, and I did all these stupid transactions. I did it at the ATM. I tried to take the money out at the ATM, but there was like a limit or whatever. So then I had to go to the person at the little desks, and he was asking me all these questions. He's like, oh wow, what kind of job do you have? What are you spending this money on? Like, stuff like that. And I was just like, why are you asking me all these questions? Like, this is none of your business. But at the same time, I'm like, he's probably asking me all these questions because he knows I'm about to be scammed, and he knows I'm an idiot that's about to fall for this. So he was asking me all these questions because he knew what was about to happen, and he was trying to save me from myself. But
She don't wanna be safe.
so I lied, and I was like, oh, I just got, I'm trying to get a deposit for an apartment because I'm about to move in and all this other stuff. And he's like, oh, okay. And like, I had to wire the money somewhere, and he was like, oh, how do you spell the name on the check? And it was some long ass African name that I would not even have been able to, like, even try to pronounce. And he's looking at me like, I don't want to do this for you, but this is your bank, this is your money, and you're asking me to do this for you, so I have to do it. Like, there's nothing he could do at that point. There was this long name on the check, and then where I was sending it to, it wasn't even the same name. It was a completely different name. And he's just like, he's really looking at me like sad. Like, he is sad for me at this point. And I'm like, ugh, I'm already so, like, at that point, I just had too much pride. I was like, I'm already so deep in this. I don't want to tell him what this is really for, because then he gonna be like,
You dumb.
but he probably wasn't. He was probably just gonna be like, okay, well,
This is probably what this is, and we're just not gonna go through with it. And I could have still had my money.
but no. I had too much pride. I was like, well, it's already happening. Just let it happen. Maybe this is what I deserve. The money got wired or whatever. And then something happened. I told somebody about it. And they was like, oh, that's a scam. And I was like, you know, I knew that, but I didn't want to believe it. And they're like, yeah, you should probably go try to figure that out before they come knocking on your door or something. And I was like, why didn't I just stop this when I had the chance? I went to a different bank because I'm pretty sure that was like the same day. And I did not want to go back into that bank with the original man who was looking at me like he was sad for me. I did not want to go back there because I was like, oh my God, he's going to think I'm an idiot. We went to a different bank, tried to get the money out through like a drive-through ATM. And they was basically like, gotcha, bitch, you ain't getting your money back. So I was like, oh my God, they're not going to give you my money back. I just got scammed. Like, at this point, I just need to go back to my original like bank to talk to them to see what they're going to do. So I go back to the first bank that I went to, and he's like, at this point there's nothing we can really do because you sent the money, that was your transaction. And I was like, yes, I know that. And he's like, most likely they're gonna close your account and they're just gonna take a look at it. And I was like, they're gonna close it even though it was fraud? And he's like, yeah, unfortunately they have to. And I was just like, bruh. I was like, so I'm not getting none of that money back, right? He's like, no, unfortunately you're not getting any of that money. So I went from having my little $4,000 saved up from the money that I wasn't spending on miscellaneous items that I didn't need to having like, I think I had like $200. Yeah, that is the story of the time I got scammed like an idiot. It's still like upsetting to this day, not because I got scammed, but just because I was more like on the optimistic side, which is weird for me, honestly, because I'm not an optimistic person at all. Like, I'm never like, oh, look on the bright side. I'm like, maybe you shouldn't do that because this, and this is what all could go wrong. So it's just interesting that time I was like being super optimistic about it, even though I knew for a fact, I knew for a fact I was being scammed. I was so mad because I'm like, why is it any other time you are pessimistic about everything, but the one time that you know that this is trash, you're being optimistic about it? Like, it just, I don't know. I honestly don't know like what was going on in my brain, but I wanted to believe so bad that it was not a scam. And I guess that I did what I set out to do. I made myself believe that it was not a scam, even though I 100% knew that it was a scam. So I had like $200 or $300 left. I took that money out of the bank, and then I went to a new bank and opened up a whole new bank account before they like put like a mark on my credit or whatever to be like, don't give this girl a bank account because she's a fraud. Like, opened up a bank account before they was able to figure it out what had happened, before it like the company was able to be like, oh, this isn't right, this shouldn't have happened like this. And I'm just like why Unique, why didn't you just go with your first mind? Because I swear to y'all, my first mind was, this is a scam, do not do what you're doing right now. But I'm telling y'all, bro, like, I just wanted a job so bad. Moral of the story would be, for me, is to go with your first mind, because usually my first thoughts about something are right, and the second thoughts are just me trying to convince myself of something that's not true. I don't know if that's true for some of y'all, but that's true for me. Usually my second thoughts are just me trying to tell myself something that it's not. But I mean, after that situation, it kind of gave me like a different outlook on life, I guess, because even though like a big part of me knew that it was fake, the fact that I still like was adamant about doing it, I kind of like got the idea that everything happens for a reason, you know? If it wasn't meant for me to lose that money, then I would have went with my first brain. Well, my first thought, like I usually do. But for whatever reason, I did not go with that first thought. So, I mean, at first I was kind of bummed out. But then when I started thinking about it, like, everything happens for a reason. Whatever the reason this happened, I mean, maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe I just haven't realized what the reason was. Well, maybe I didn't realize what the reason was yet. But whatever the reason, it happened for a reason. Because if it wasn't meant to happen, then I would have been like, no, Unique, this is dumb. This is a scam. Let's not do this. And I just would have went with that, and that would have been the end of it. Thanks for that, universe. Thanks so much. I just appreciate everything that you do for me. Really, I do. Moist. So if anybody wanted to know, I just ate. So my lipstick kind of messed up. But this is the final look that I got with the eyes and whatnot. It's cute, I know. But yeah, so moral of the story, don't be stupid like me. And if you feel like you're being scammed online for a job that obviously doesn't seem real, then you probably are. And you probably should not go along with it. Also, I'm holding my phone right now because I just came from trying to go to Walmart and then trying to go to Popeyes and then trying to go to Jewel, and everything closed at 9, but I'm hungry, so yeah. Anyway, that's the end of this video, guys. I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And share this video even if you don't like it, because somebody else might like it. You never know. I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.
Talking about all the times that shit's the same to me. But this is for all them times where all the bitches flaked on me.